Okay. So, as I said, I think we missed one thing from our previous mission. It was actually an item for a relatively minor side quest, that being the one we were looking at before. For... Where are you? Banning evidence. Because it was just really well hidden. And fortunately, I do believe we can purchase that quest item from the Citadel. And so we might want to do that before we forget about it. Because I feel like we might otherwise forget about it. And we can afford the Hurricane now, which is a nice SMG. So I think that might be worth making a quick trip back to the Citadel. So that is banning, and after having finished the mission, we can't head back over there. So it's not like, you know, Mass Effect 1, where you can pretty much, without, or the one exception being main quest locations, you can pretty much stop back off at a planet whenever you want. Can you even do that in main quest locations? I don't think you can. No, surely not, right? Maybe you haven't completed that quest yet. But anyways, that's an aside. My point is, if, such as the situation, if you find yourself in the situation that we just found ourselves in, where you do a mission and you're like, oh wait, but I forgot about this. I forgot about that. You can't really go back to get it. In some instances, and I happen to know this is one of them, at least I believe this is one of them, you do have sort of a backup plan, because you can use that Spectre requisitions terminal to pick up items you might have missed. Now remember last time, when we were in the Arcturus cluster, we did scan aggressively, and we did attract Reaper attention. Then we fled over to Euler, where we, of course, proceeded to do that mission that we just completed. I bring that up because, well, in theory, the Reaper should be gone, but just in case, you know, good to know. We did scan for basically every planet and Arcturus station, and we did not get this last item, this last asset, which suggests that perhaps said asset is not near a planet. So, oh, I hear something there. I was going to say, so that means we'll probably fly around a little bit, not necessarily next to planets. And if we hear something, then we'll launch our scanner and go for that. Because that would be an indication that that is where the thing in question is. I feel like it's going to be somewhere over here, because there aren't any planets over here, so we probably would have not had any reason to scan this. I suppose it could be an asteroid belt. Did we try checking the asteroid belt? Just doing the zigzags, covering as much ground as possible here. Something? No? That obviously was just because we walked straight into the planet. Let's try doing a loop around the asteroid belt. If we don't see anything there, then we'll just scan it.
We shall see.
Oh, and Rebel! How's it going? Thanks for the raid. How are you? We're doing some Mass Effect 3 Legendary Edition. We just finished, actually, the Cerberus Abductions mission, which is one of the ones that takes place in one of the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer maps. Were you doing some Mass Effect 3 multiplayer yourself? Yeah, not hearing it over there. Did we just scan the star to try to find this last resource? I don't know where it is, but I feel like it's probably hiding over here where there are no planets, because that would probably mean that we wouldn't have had any reason to scan here previously. Hey Reapers, what's up guys? Ooh, Greedfall, interesting. That one did catch my attention when I saw the trailers for it a while back. Never followed up on it. I heard that it got some mixed reviews, that it looked like it had a lot of potential, but it just didn't quite live up to it. So, I'm curious what you think of it. There it is. There it is. A bunch of fuel, actually. Almost enough to cap us off. Reapers have not tracked us down just yet, so let's skedaddle. So yeah, how are you liking it? How are you liking the Greedfall stuffs? Let's see. So then I think we were saying we were going to take a quick trip back to the Citadel to turn in a quest or two and, well, buy the item that we might have just missed. Feels very much like Dragon Age. Interesting. Okay, so let's head over. I think we actually, before we land, real quick, let's just take a quick look. Where on the Citadel do we want to go to turn things in? Because banning evidence, this is the thing we missed the item for, so we're going to need to go to the embassies to purchase the item that we missed, and then turn it back in, which is actually also something we do at the embassies, I think. Then, we'd like to actually purchase this thermal pipe on the Citadel and bring it back to Engineer Adams. While we're in the embassies, we'd like to also purchase the Hurricane. Then, what else? Oh, the thermal pipe and the heating unit stabilizers as well, somewhere. Okay, so at least a couple of things there. That might be it, I suppose. So, I think it's going to be mostly embassies and the Presidium Commons in that case. Romance options too? Interesting. The pieces are there. I think that's what intrigued me. I just wasn't sure if all the pieces added together to create an interesting mix, or if it just never quite pulled that stuff off.
You're cleared to dock, Normandy. Do you need
Okay, so that's why I was checking where we wanted to go, because embassies may be our first stop.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, so let's head on over to our Spectre spot. And actually, the quest that we just did, more specifically, this component where we have to turn in this part of the quest. Why do I always go there first? This is what I mean to do. Is somewhat tricky to complete, obviously just because it's hard to find the item, because it's pretty well hidden, at least it was for us. But also because there's, let's just say, timing-wise, it can get a little tricky. Okay, so let's see. So this is what we missed. Information on Bilal Osoba. Blind soldier Bilal Osoba, the son of Ambassador Dominic Osoba, is missing in action on Benning and presumed dead. Civilians engaged in black market trades with occupying Cerberus troops have been able to procure the dog tags of fallen Alliance soldiers, and obtaining proof of Bilal's death would ease his father's mind. To maintain deniability of black market trafficking, the dog tags should be presented as though the Spectre personally retrieved them from Bilal Osoba's body. You won't be able to tell the difference, man. We totally picked these up. It's not like we missed that quest pickup. Yeah, so it costs 1,000 credits. So obviously we ideally don't have to do that, but in order to finish this quest, we do kind of sort of need to do that. So we will. The other thing is that we can afford the Hurricane. And so this will actually just be the second SMG that we ever get. The only one we have right now is the starting SMG, so it'd be kind of nice to make a pretty huge upgrade in that sense to get the Hurricane. So I think we probably go in that direction, because we can afford it and we still have a little bit of monies to spare as well. Certainly not getting any of the big stuffs there at the moment, but we did get the information on Bilal using that little workaround, and there is the Hurricane. So that's also big. So that will likely become, certainly, squad mates' SMG of choice. Probably Shepard's as well. Yes, Bailey is over there. There is a quest that we have for which we need to talk to him. But as we've said previously, I think we're going to deliberately hold off on that a bit and do them all together a little bit later on. So here is the guy that we need to give this information to.
Have you found my son?
I found your son's body in the slums on Benning.
Totally.
He sacrificed himself to save his squad.
That's absolutely what happened.
I see.
We definitely did not get this information from black market trade people.
They should feel honored by his sacrifice. I know that I do. Thank you, my friend.
Okay, and there we get a little bit of experience, a little bit of reputation, and... Okay, don't think we get any credits for it, so it does mean that on net I thought we might have gotten 1,000, so it was going to on net equate to 0 credits for having completed that mission, but I don't think we got any, so I think it's just a net 1,000 credit loss in order to get the experience, the reputation, and check it off the journal list. So, in that sense, not great, but we kind of accepted that fate as soon as we searched a bazillion times and could not find that item for the life of us. So then, other than that, now I think we head over to the Presidium Commons, and we're looking for weapon upgrades that might be of interest to us, but also the quest items in question. Because at this point, we've made what is more or less our two big purchases that we were expecting to make, and anything else here is pretty much spare change. E-gel thermal conduit. These conduits channel massive quantities of thermal energy via a thermal conductive gel. They typically are used in the cooling systems of large-scale ESO drive cores. This is one of the quest items, so I think we do want to nab this. Fortunately, it's just 1,000 credits, so it's not that bad from a cost standpoint. Now, if we're talking about trying to use the Hurricane for Shepard as well, we can certainly do that. We just need to be a little bit careful with the direction we take with that, because it is a very powerful weapon, but it does have a powerful downside as well, that it has ridiculous kick. So we just need to make sure that we have the right mods to sort of counteract that a bit. Do about the pistol high caliber barrel, which would be kind of a nice pickup, because we are certainly using a lot of pistols. That is our primary weapon with the Acolyte. So that's tempting. It is 4,000, which means if everything here is going to be 4,000, all those major upgrades, then we are probably only going to be able to get 2 of such upgrades. SMG recoil system is one of those things that we would like to use with the Hurricane in all likelihood, because, as I said, ridiculous kick. So that's probably becoming a high priority. And pistol barrel may be our other one if we have to choose just 2. Let's take a quick check. Oh, see if there's anything new from these 2.
I'm not sure what that has to do with anything.
You said he'd been distant and that the war made everything clearer, that things weren't working.
Yes, but meeting you was what made me realize how bad it had gotten.
I'm not the one who broke up your relationship.
You kind of are.
Was it someone else who pinned me to the wall with her mouth?
Mistress says she's not the one that broke up their... I mean, okay, I suppose it's a two-way street when you're having an affair, to a certain extent, but... Oh. Right. That bug. Not sure if we want to deal with that right now. Anything new with Edie and Joker here?
Is it time to return to the Normandy? I'm getting propositioned with increasing frequency.
Don't think so.
Welcome to Casa Fabrication
Okay.
Weaponry.
So, once again, we're looking for either quest items or if there is a specific mod that we feel like would trump the pistol damage, well, or at least pistol barrel, which is what gives us outright damage, or the SMG stability mod, which I'm not seeing anything that would take that crown right now, I don't think. Oh, also we need to turn in the message to Iriba, which does not show up on your journal, but is a thing. Iriba...
Oh, that's a lovely idea.
I really appreciate management doing it. My husband's away on duty right now.
About that!
No, actually, my husband's a Krogan.
Right, we did hear this conversation previously, but it's a little more meaningful now.
I just hope he knows which ones to fight.
Excuse me?
Oh, I didn't... well, I just...
My husband is risking his life to protect us right now.
I'm so sorry. That was thoughtless and... I'm so sorry.
No, I understand. Sometimes I'm surprised myself. Anyway,
But-
would you like to make a purchase?
Yes. Just
yes,
see,
of course.
the thing
Anything
is,
for our troops.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. You need to hear this.
Oh, Blue Rose of Ilium. If these humble words reach you, then I have joined my ancestors.
No.
My dream was to be by your side, a weed beside your beauty, twining together in the warm Tuchanka sun.
Oh, Char.
But if my last days must be with Krant instead of kindness, still I will remember the perfume of your scent and the soft touch of your petals. Let my broken bones build a wall around your garden, so you and the flower we planted together can grow safe and strong.
Thank you. I need to go.
darn you, onion cutting ninjas! That certainly tugs at the heartstrings. Let's just buy some stuff here instead, perhaps. SMG power magnifier would be kind of nice, but we're, for the most part, probably going to focus on power magnifying with our pistol instead. Yeah. SMG high caliber barrel, also potentially nice, but I think we'll prioritize the stability. Still looking for that other quest item, though. Which, at the moment, I am not seeing. Yeah, SMG, again, high velocity barrel for more damage. Heatsink. Do we need this for the SMG? For that? Actually, this is potentially the second mod we might use with the Hurricane. It does pack a big punch in terms of damage, but it does blow through ammo quickly, and it has a lot of, those are the two downsides. A lot of kick, and blows through ammo really quickly. So, getting the stabilizer obviously helps with the kick. Heatsink helps with not blowing through the ammo quite as quickly. Then, yeah, where is the other quest item? I'm not seeing it here. It's in the docks? Assault rifle extended barrel. Be good for Garrus and or whoever else is using the Typhoon. For prioritizing him, then that's not a terrible idea. I mean, in some ways, you could make the case that that is worth doing, since Garrus is more reliant, or whoever the assault rifle user is going to be in this theoretical situation, is more reliant on their assault rifle than we are ever going to be on the Hurricane. The Hurricane is still primarily a backup weapon in case we get rushed down, so maybe that does start to jump into the next spots priority-wise. Well, actually, we went with... We were going back and forth between the extended rifle for just basic damage, the armor-piercing, I forget the exact name of, but armor-piercing option, and then the extended clip for shooting longer with the Typhoon. So we don't necessarily have a definitive answer yet as to which one we want to prioritize there. They're all potentially good, potentially useful. So I think maybe we'll just go with the ones that we had back here. With the, pistol, heavy barrel, or rather not heavy barrel, that's different. The extended barrel for additional damage, and also the SMG stability stuffs. Yes, there is still, remember, the conversation between Liara and her father that we do still need to do, because we got bugged out last time we tried to do it. So, we could do it now, or we could just not do it now. That's also an option. Yeah, so pistol high caliber barrel is nice, obviously, for us, but we also have several teammates that are restricted to either pistols or SMGs. Even Javik has pistol as his backup weapon, so it's not like it's only useful for Shepard. It's useful for other people as well. So I think we might just nab it here. Then, okay, nice, nice. Here, like, we do this? Do we absolutely need this? Do we go for the assault rifle damage instead? Maybe. Maybe, to help Garrus become even more of a god. I suppose we could. I suppose, yeah. Actually, come to think of it, for what could end up being our next mission, we have what may turn into a bit of a test in terms of how much Garrus has already ascended into godhood. And so it'd be kind of nice, I suppose, to give Garrus a little love with the his assault rifle. So yeah, I know. We're debating what the right answer is for our upgrades here, but you know, just had to give them both some thought, you know? Had to consider the options, weigh them against one another. Had to go back and second guess myself, and then decide. Then decide which one we're going for, right? As one must do in such a situation. As one must do. Was what, this one? Zippertine? Yes. Let us do that. And we are now broke. But we do have a better assault rifle extended barrel. So that's cool. Okay.
You don't think Sanctuary is real?
Real prefab shelters and cheap nutrient paste, baby. The profit margin must be higher than Hanar's water bill.
Is this the conversation we heard before? Oh, yes. Yes, this is the conversation we heard before. Okay. Yes, there is a friend of ours, kind of, sort of, over here for Arya, who may have just disappeared, question mark. But I'm not thinking this is the moment when we're gonna do that stuff. I don't think, although we wanted to scrounge up a few more credits, I suppose that might be a way to do it, because we don't have that many additional quests remaining right now. So, let's see. Have any reason to head to these other places? Hold on. The other things to turn in here that we've not yet turned in. So yeah, the Arya stuffs for Blue Suns, Blood Pack, Eclipse. I was planning initially on waiting a little bit longer before we did those, but might be close to making that happen at this point if we did them a little on the earlier side. So I think it was this thermal pipe. Was this the one that we just picked up? Or was it the... Did we only have one quest item we needed here? I thought for some reason we needed two. Yeah, heating unit stabilizers. This is the one we picked up. Oh, this is a Solarian on the Citadel who needs this. He's in the Presidium Commons? Here? Somewhere? Okay. Let's find him then. Because, apparently he's right here. I think it might have been... There's Gnarl, or at least it's saying Gnarl is there. But I glanced up there previously and didn't see him. Excuse me, did Gnarl disappear? I think it was this guy? Was it this guy? It was not this guy. Oh, Solarian on the Presidium Commons. Which Solarian of the Presidium Commons might you have been? Would you care to please identify yourself? That would be very much appreciated at this given moment in time, because we are currently searching for you in order to perform a favor for you. You see, we may have purchased a bit of a gift. A bit of a gift for you. Oh, no, don't. No, really. Just helping you out, is all. But you see, the thing is, like, you're not over here. Is it This guy. Hello. Solarian, who is deep in thought. Doesn't seem like it. These two were the ones that were arguing with each other, kind of, sort of. We chose to support one of them. Gnarl's still over there. Someone who's hanging out with Gnarl? Oh, Gnarl must be in that room. Okay. I was gonna say, I was looking up here and I very much do not see him. So where is that guy? Random Solarian? Is it you? Sure this person is in the Presidium Commons? Yes, I know Gnarl is there. Gnarl is not the one I'm looking for. Is this Solarian actually just right here? Somewhere? Like right next to the store that sells them? Just chilling there. There are Solarians here, but I'm not. Okay. I'll check on a future occasion, verify where this guy is, because they've disappeared. In theory, they're in this area, but well, this is just feeling a little too familiar here, what with us recently having done that bending mission, not having found the place for needing to pick up that item. So that's just reopening some old wounds. Let us not linger here in that case. There was the Metagel upgrade at the Puerto Memorial Hospital we pick up. I don't think we're gonna have enough money to do that anymore, so probably non-factor, I suppose. We just head back to the Normandy now? And is there a fast travel spot that takes us directly to the Normandy from here? Because there may be. There is. So, yeah. And unless we try to do the Liara thing again. Which... Alright. We'll do it. We'll save beforehand. Right before we get there. And then we'll do it. Because that is the thing that we didn't do last time. We'll save just before it. And then we'll try it. And if it doesn't work... then we can reload that save, and maybe we'll just... we won't necessarily go and just brute force it by trying over and over again. You know, we'll just, we'll save it for a future occasion, if it doesn't work this time. What happens... we tried talking to Liara's father first last time. What happens if we initiate with Liara?
Hello, Shepard.
Oh, she just says hello. Okay, so of course, we are very familiar with this, not so much this portion of the conversation. We've only heard this part once.
I remember you. Shepard, right?
But yeah, we saw her on Omega.
Matriarch
Omega?
Vids.
No, in
You were
Nosastra.
working on Ilium. How'd you end
On
up
Ilium.
here?
In Mass Effect 2. There's a
With the
bartender
Reapers
there as
making
well.
Noise, I figured it was time to get somewhere safer. So I moved here.
And I did make a bit of a comment at the time, saying that she was going to be more significant than she might have initially appeared at that point in time. And, well, this is why. Of course. At the time, she may have just seemed like a totally insignificant NPC who was hanging out kind of close to Comrade Werner, who was, at the time, the person who was more relevant.
Matriarch Benazia was her mother.
Yeah, and last time it's odd, it did not even have her say this last part of her line.
You mean you were her other mother, right?
No, I didn't pop her out. Hell, she's never even met me.
Sorry. If you were human, you'd both be called the mother, regardless of which one gave birth.
Well, I'm not human, am I? Anthropocentric bag of dicks.
Thanks, but also you should talk.
Liara would love to meet you.
Why? She doesn't even know me from a hole in the ground. Benazia ran off before the kid was born. Besides, this isn't charity work. She's one of the biggest intel brokers in the galaxy. And she's got some shady connections. Like a boyfriend who used to work for Cerberus.
I only work
This
for
was the
Cerberus
thing
to
that made me
fight the
question
Reapers.
as to whether
And you're
we'd
not
accidentally
now.
initiated a
I
romance
know.
with Liara.
If you were,
To a certain extent,
you
at least.
wouldn't get within
Also,
a light year.
Renegade
Is that
interrupt that we had the option of doing last time that we
I'm no
opted not to do.
commando,
We'll
but I've
probably
had
still
1,000
say
years
no
to
this
learn
time.
to fight dirty. Nobody messes with my girl. Anyway, you combine her work with Benazia and Well, the matriarchs might have ordered a hit if I hadn't agreed to keep an eye on her.
I bet she'd like to meet you.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
That we will, because, well, we know what happened last time. Many horrendous things, including having our reward get bugged, and also bugging ourselves on the other side of that counter and getting stuck. So, let's try again. We did save before, just in
Bartender
case.
over there.
The matriarch hired by the Asari government to track my movements?
She's your father.
I know.
Of course you do, but what?
You know.
I'm a very good information broker.
And you haven't talked to her about spying on you?
If I did that, they might send someone who wasn't as sympathetic to me. Besides, this is hardly the time for family reunions.
Yeah, except as we were saying last time, perhaps it is, because it might be your last chance to have a family reunion.
Liara.
Oh, fine.
We know, it's awkward, but you can do it. Alright, so now this... So that's the Asari Second Fleet, which do not mistake that for the actual part that can get bugged here.
Keeping an eye on you.
I am not my mother.
You did threaten to flay someone alive with your mind.
I had to make them take me seriously. I wasn't going to actually do it. And you bugged my office on Ilium.
That'd be the logical conclusion. Yeah.
Maybe. How far away do we need to go to trigger their next line? We're testing. We're testing it. Basically the stairs.
The matriarchs
Basically the
aren't
stairs.
gonna do anything to you, especially in the middle of this damn war.
My reports don't show much activity from the Asari military against the Reapers.
Come on, you know how Asari work: infiltration and sabotage.
But against Reaper forces, that's...
I know. About as useful as tits on a Hanar. Good thing we've got the Turians and the Krogan to do the heavy lifting. Our people just aren't built for the front ranks.
Good thing that you have a half-sister who's a Hanar. Or a sister who is a half-Hanar. There we go. A half-sister... No, a half-sister who is a half-Hanar. There.
So, yeah. My dad was a Krogan.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
So, that makes you a quarter Krogan.
That's not how it works.
But maybe it is.
1,000 years old. I've had kids with Hanar. Don't tell me how Asari reproduction works.
Wait, I have a half-sister who's part Hanar.
I thought that wasn't how it worked.
See? But it is.
All I'm saying is if you feel the urge to headbutt something, it's genetic.
I have never wanted to headbutt anything.
Really? Not even a little bit?
Wow.
Come on.
I do not headbutt people.
Alright, fine. Don't go all blood rage on me.
Or what? You'll tell the other matriarchs to order a hit.
Hey, that's not gonna happen.
She kinda told us she was trying to protect you from that happening. Let's try these stairs now. Mix it up a bit. Imagine that.
Nazi and I were together for more than a century.
You loved her?
Of course I loved her. She was so smart. Always thinking. Nice, too. Hell of a lot nicer than I am. And damn, that rack. I mean, even before she hit the matriarch stage.
You don't need to tell me everything.
That's perhaps the kind of conversation Liara did not want to have. The reason why she was reluctant to
Nazi
speak
was
with her father in the first place.
Whoever listened to me when I said the Asari were stuck in the past. Only difference was I wanted us to stand on our own. She wanted alliances with the other species.
Is that why?
Why it ended? Nah. Well, maybe. I don't know. Mostly it ended because she wanted to solve things a smart way. I wanted to fight.
Those aren't mutually exclusive.
Yeah. I hear you've racked up quite a body count. But then, You are a quarter Krogan.
Now you're doing it on purpose.
Pretty sure she was from the beginning.
It was pretty clear she was leaving. Can't be the wise counselor when you're married.
Why not?
Sex appeal. No species only pay attention if they want to have sex with you. So, you have to be available, mysterious.
What? That's not true. Shepard listens to
And this
me.
was the other thing that sort of implied that we were in a relationship with her, even though we aren't.
Surprised your panties haven't caught fire.
We are not
You have to make it sound
in a
so
relationship with you,
taunting.
Liara.
If it's all civilized, you're not doing it right. I made her promise to let you go your own way, though. No matter what she wanted.
Really?
I knew you'd be special, kid.
Something, Fleetwood
Ain't a
Mac
daughter
quote.
of hers. I told her, you're treating her like a baby bird, Nezzy. She's gonna raise one hell of a storm with those little wings.
Little wing?
You okay?
Yes. Thanks.
I forget though if we had if Liara already knew about that nickname Little Wing somewhere, and it's like that is just confirmation of, oh wait, that's why that matters, and it's really hitting home, or if I don't know if that's actually just the first time she's ever heard the nickname, and for some reason it just kind of immediately resonates with her.
Better to remember her like this than as whatever she turned into with that Saren bastard.
It wasn't her fault. She was trying to stop Saren, guide him as a force of good. But she was indoctrinated.
Look, I heard stories about the Reapers messing with her head.
They're more than stories. I've seen it. Every Cerberus soldier is a Reaper slave. She fought it with every fiber of her being. She even broke free and helped Shepard on Noveria before she died. I was there. She said I'd made her proud.
All this time, I blame Nezzy for it. 1,000 years old and I still don't know crap. Thanks for telling me.
Alright, I think we're approaching the end
Just take
now.
care of yourself out there. Okay, kid?
I will, Dad.
Hey. I've called a few friends. Commandos.
So this is it.
Eclipse girls who owe me some favors. They're all yours. Just tell them where to go.
You're giving me a sorry commandos?
So now you stay here.
Too old for me to buy you a damn pony.
You're the best father a girl could wish for.
And we're waiting for the bottom right corner to update. And it didn't. Yeah. So once again, we get the bug here. We did save in case that was going to happen. So that's why we did that. Because now what we can do is we can reload that save. And we can either choose to just try this again, which I would rather not do, because that would be our, what, 1, 2, 3, 4th time trying it in relatively quick succession. So perhaps we load this, and we just, once again, on a future occasion, we try to come back, and maybe it'll work then. And, I don't know, maybe I'll see if I can poke around a little bit and see if people have found any tips or tricks for ways to try to avoid just running into that issue there. Because obviously we've, on this occasion, had it happen to us at least twice. I think on the third time we didn't quite get to the point where we could double check. Well, I mean, technically it was the second time. This one we just did was the third time, but you know what I mean. That attempt, we didn't really get to see if we were going to succeed or not, because we may have accidentally ended up behind the counter. So there's that. There's one other thing that we have not yet done on the Citadel that we actually took a split second and made some quick note of, but did not actually experience in full. And I want to make sure that we don't forget it. So perhaps now is the time. It's going to be, well, quite the journey, you see. Quite the journey. Because Blasto 6, Partners in Crime, is here. Let's activate.
Damn it, Blasto! I told
Cool.
Are you engaging in reproductive behavior with this one?
What?
Unless you want your Spectre status revoked, you're working in a joint operation with Boobin from CSEC.
And Elcor, you know this one works alone.
Look, I've had to talk them down from suspending you. I've gotten a pulmonary ulcer from dealing with this mess. I can't even eat solid food.
You would benefit from shedding excess body mass, Chief.
Brutal. Okay, so, additional context here. This is basically a short story, and by short story, I mean, like, actual short story, as in, like, or at least the length is that of an actual short story that you might have in book form. It's not just like a quick little one-off thing. So by video game standards, it probably qualifies as a long story, but it's about Blasto, who I think, heard some joking about in, when was it? Was it Mass Effect 1 or Mass Effect 2? People saying something like, oh man, can't wait to see the first Hanar Spectre. That would be so cool. And well, Blasto, fictitious as they may be, or not, who knows for certain, is in fact that first Hanar Spectre, and this is the story of Blasto already in the first episode there, the first scene. You know, causing a little bit of trouble, being a tough Hanar, if you will.
Greetings, Boobin. This one understands that you are the second best law enforcement agent on the Citadel.
Badassfully.
Just avoid interfering with this one's projected maneuvering path. You may carry the book, while this one opens another excretion vent on the Forge Ambassador.
So close.
Maintain a firm grip on your reproductive anatomy. The Forge Ambassador's vehicle just turned down that skyway.
Just paid it off, man.
You are insured.
Not what you want to hear someone say when they're stealing a car from you or your friend.
Greetings, Forge's citizen. Please explain the reason for your haste.
Oh.
Please exercise caution, criminal scum. Your face may cause damage to my partner's vehicle. His unique genetic structure will enable him to regenerate, unless this one uses fire. This one has forgotten whether its pistol is currently equipped with incendiary ammunition. Does the criminal scum consider itself fortunate?
There's no stopping Blasto.
Have a pleasant day.
Ooh.
You may wish to monitor your stress levels. High blood pressure is unhealthy for a species adapted to a high-gravity environment. This one suspected you had deviant mating fetishes.
That is not what our Elcor friend meant, and so you're paying for the car.
Welcome to the consort suites. Oh, Boobin.
Attractive Elcor honey.
That's a Prothean descended from heaven, because this one would enjoy enkindling that.
Not cool, Blasto.
Her genetic propensity for attractiveness was passed only to her.
Who's that big handsome jellyfish, Boobin?
Blasto. This one is training Boobin in proper legal procedure.
Coquettishly, you're a resist your good-looking partner.
Oh no.
This one will attempt to determine a way to repay you.
Seriously, don't be like that with my sister.
Seriously, bro, not cool. Not cool. That's a no-fly zone.
Greetings, gorgeous scum. This one mistook you for Krogan defecation.
Ooh.
Me get your badge.
Badass Flea. That badge is the only thing keeping him from killing you right now.
You'll be sorry. This one is already sorry. It will take hours to remove your olfactory residue from my oxygen diffusion membrane. Let us depart, Ruben.
Badass Flea. What the hell did that accomplish?
Two things. First, the Fortune knows we are following it.
Badass Flea. And second,
You have demonstrated that you still possess a supportive endoskeleton.
Coquettishly. That's right, baby. Tell me your soul name.
Oh no.
It's whatever you wish it to be.
Badass Flea. What the hell is going on here? Are you sleeping with my sister?
Slumber would be difficult due to the energetic nature of our population.
Oh no.
Damn it. Blasto. That's it. You and me. Outside. Right now.
Coquettishly. Please don't hurt him.
This one promises not to harm your brother.
Badass Flea. I didn't ask to be partnered with you. Blasto.
No solid waste excrement. You dislike the manner in which this Spectre operates.
Badass Flea. No. You're one of the best damn cops I've worked with.
Then what is the difficulty, aside from your sister?
Badass Flea. The problem is that I can't work with a partner who doesn't respect me.
It's all about that RESPECT.
But you care more about protocol than stopping the Fortia.
Badass Flea. Doing it by the book is what separates us from them.
Kill you now! Spawn of questionable parentage. The Fortia.
Spawn of questionable parentage. That is one that I'm gonna have to try to remember. That is too good.
Badass Flea. Damn it. Blasto. They got me. They got me bad.
No, Boobin.
You are too aesthetically displeasing to die.
Oh,
Flea. Promise me you'll get the Forja.
They have already perished, though they are currently unaware of it.
what?
Badass Flea. No. By the book. Promise me you'll do it by the book.
This one cannot accede to this request.
No, do it for Boobin.
Badass Flea. Promise me. Damn it. Promise. Translator error. Obstruction in airway.
No, Boobin. Rip, Boobin. You will always be remembered. Never forget. Press F to pay respects.
Coquettishly. You didn't say anything about attacking my brother.
Me to pay you! My men kill you instead! Apologies, but your men had to catch a sky car. Blasto! How you find me? By following Ruben's sister. It was obvious she helped your men plan the ambush.
Oh.
Diplomatic immunity. Yes, this one made a promise to do it by the book. You may only be killed in self-defense. You don't see my gun, You are standing on flammable material. This one has no choice
You're just asking for it.
but to enkindle this.
Oh, Blasto.
Coquettishly. What are you going to do with me? don't have to protect me.
No, but your brother needs blood from a family member to survive, and indicted criminals cannot make tissue donations.
Coquettishly, what? Boobin's alive?
Barely, and not for long. So cease talking and get to the hospital.
Coquettishly. Thank you, Blasto. Thank you for breaking the rules for me.
Polyp, when has this one ever been concerned with the rules?
Never. Never.
You do not retire for another 2 solar days, Boobin. Please refrain from sleeping on the job.
What happened?
We got the Vorcha. By the book.
Blasto! The entire Vorcha embassy burned down.
Yeah, maybe not by the book.
You see how my suit is bulging? It's because the Turian counselor is in here with me. Up my cloaca. Happy.
Nobody would be happy lodged in your cloaca, Chief.
You're lucky Boobin's sister can testify that you killed him in self-defense. Do you know how much paperwork you're going to have?
My partner can take care of it. He is still restricted to desk duty for health reasons.
Oh no.
Blasto, you son of a...
Spawn of questionable parentage.
Damn it, Blasto! I told you to bring in those Vorcha alive for questioning.
This one didn't have anything to ask them.
Oh, and that's back at the beginning.
Blew up half a level of Zakera Ward.
Okay, so I suppose that means that's the end. Blasto has, well, gotten the job done. You know, maybe not 100% by the book, and so Boobin survived. Thankfully. Just, you know, in his time of recovery, he's gonna have a lot of paperwork to do for Blasto, and, you know, Boobin will retire in a couple days. Don't worry about it, Boobin. Then you can take all the time you need to rest up and feel better. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, Boobin. Don't worry. So there's Boobin and Blasto. Hanar Spectre, the first Hanar Spectre the world has ever seen.
Where is this going? Because if this isn't serious, then we need to talk.
These are two different things. You're important to me, but it's not healthy to rush from one relationship to another.
Well, I need to rush somewhere. If I end it with him, then I lose my partner benefits, and that includes my apartment.
Okay, so maybe, just for your own security, you need to figure out an exit strategy before you talk with him.
I thought I had.
And I cherish the time we've had together. But
Yeah.
This person is like, this is sorry, the scum of the earth right now? Mistress, who cheated with, the wife in question, then is trying to convince the wife to leave the husband, and then once the Asari has seemingly just about done that, then raises the whole point of, well, what's gonna happen? Or, well, was it the wife who raised the point of, like, well, what am I gonna do if I don't have him? Gotta make sure that, I'm ready to move on to the next phase. And then the mistress is like, oh yeah, actually I don't want to be with you. So, you know, you need a different backup plan, just in case. So, basically ruined her life. The wife basically ruined her life for the mistress, and then the mistress doesn't even reciprocate the feelings anymore, and so, yeah, ruined her life for nothing. There is no making up for that now, perhaps. Okay, just once again, doing a quick check for perhaps some of those Solarians, a Solarian that we supposedly are looking for. I'll double check as to where exactly said individual might be. But I think at this stage, we might be looking to just head back to the Normandy for now. And there is a spot to do that right here. So let's do that.